So today we're going to take a close look at a very great study tool, comparative charts. This is going to be used so that way you can compare two things that are, compare and contrast two concepts that are similar. You're going to use this all the time in biology and chemistry because usually in these two subjects you're going to have groupings of subjects that are either this or that. So if you put it into a nice chart, whether it's on a poster or on your wall, if you're nerdy enough, or if you want to put it in your notebook, it's a quick reference so that we can compare and contrast similar concepts and look at them at the same time. So first one I want to take a look at that I did as an example is extensive versus intensive properties. So extensive properties, they're based on different amounts of the same type of matter. So these are going to be things like mass, length, volume. As the volume changes, the mass changes, the amount of matter in your sample will change and you're going to see different properties. So I drew a nice little picture to help me understand it. I took a look at a red color pencil and, well, two red color pencils. One is longer than the other, one is more massive, so they have different properties. Same exact pencil, same exact color, but just different lengths. So now the properties are going to be different. The mass of this one's going to be different from this one. The measurement of the length is going to be different between the two. So now let's look at intensive properties. Well, these depend on the types of matter that you're comparing. So how do we draw a picture of that? Well, let's make it really simple. Red pen, blue pen, or red color pencil, blue color pencil. Same length, same mass, same company even, but the properties are different. A red pencil doesn't draw on blue, blue doesn't draw on red. They're inherently or intensively different. So this is a good example of a comparative chart. Next one, solids, liquids, gases. This is straightforward. Most people understand it, but if you're a first-time learner, you've never heard of these concepts before, a comparative chart takes all the complex chemistry and puts it into a very simple, organized manner for you. So solids, they have a definite shape, definite volume. I showed the definite shape by drawing a cube. I showed a definite volume by adding some measurements. Liquid water, well, it's going to have a definite volume, but the shape is going to change based off the container. So you can see that the shape is different at the top where there's the squiggly line, and in the bottom where it just takes the shape of the container. And the volume will always be set, in this case, at 50 milliliters. So definite volume, variable shape. Gas, I'm drawing a balloon showing the gas molecules inside. They have an indefinite shape, indefinite volume. Now you can see overall, I have three different pictures, three different concepts that are related, comparing them side by side. Last but not least, the difference between gases and vapors. This is a concept that many people struggle with because they use the terms interchangeably because they look similar to the untrained eye, but they're not. Substances, gases, are substances that are normally gases at room temperature, which is 20 degrees. So I show this by drawing a little nitrogen tank. Now vapors, on the other hand, this describes the gaseous state of a solid or liquid. So the way that I demonstrated this was by drawing a pot of water being boiled, right? Because when you have water, normally water is a liquid at room temperature. But as you start to heat it up, that steam that you see, that's water vapor. So as it stands right now, you can clearly see the difference between the two. Nitrogen at room temperature is a gas. Water, or dihydrogen monoxide, or H2O, is normally a liquid at room temperature. But when you heat it up, you see the steam. Now you're talking about vapors. Now, I could leave this poster like this, nice, neat, plain and Jane, easy to see, but I want to add a little bit more splash of color, some finishing touches. Now this is a much clearer picture, in my opinion.